Sorry, I am so tired today. I worked a long time in my classroom Monday. Today's Wednesday. Oh my goodness, that's how tired I am. And you can hear Mittens chirping in the background. Yeah, so yesterday I didn't go in, but I kind of rested and stuff because I was just worn out. I mean, just really physically worn out and just didn't have the motivation to do much of anything. I did get my awesome products from TpT because they're still having their sale going on. But by the time you see this video, it will be over because it's only, I guess, first and second. My cats are being weird. Anyway, I thought I would just jump on here. I'm getting ready to head to my classroom. It's 7:30 in the morning. And this is what it is today because I'm going to be working in my room and I'm not there for glamour. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought I would just show you a recipe I'm throwing in the Crock-pot. I mean, it's literally 3 ingredients. I mean, what could be simpler? You could do this in the morning before work. Give yourself an extra 5 minutes. Really, 5 minutes. And the night before, you could get the Crock-pot out and you could have the ingredients ready to just dump in there. Super easy. So it's for Crock-pot chicken tacos. I just found it on Pinterest. I will let you know how it tastes because we'll eat it tonight and then I'll let you know how it went. And if it's not good, I won't even put this on. So if you're seeing this, you know it was tasty. But I'll kind of tell you what the flavor's like. And also, it would depend on the ingredients you choose. Because really, it's just chicken and salsa and taco seasoning. And so there are so many different varieties of those things, the different brands. So you just choose your favorites. Like I just grabbed really cheap salsa because it's fine. And the taco seasoning that I used for my taco bowls the other day. So I will show you what it looks like in the Crock-pot. All right, here's what I've got going on. So you literally need... I have 2 pounds of chicken breast in here, and I have ginormous chicken breast, so it's only 2. The recipe calls for 3 to 4 chicken breasts. And I'm talking, they are not talking about the mutant-sized chicken breast. If you have mutant-sized chicken breast, just put 2 in there. So I've got 2 pounds of chicken breast, a cup of just cheap Walmart salsa, and a tablespoon of Spanish Gardens taco seasoning. And I'm literally just going to dump it in there. I mean, just like, see if I can... dump, and my tablespoon of seasoning without spilling, maybe. Just dump it in there. Just kind of covering all of the chicken with seasoning. Well, I did it backwards. It says to sprinkle with the seasoning, then top with the salsa. So there you go. I already messed it up. But I don't think it's going to matter because it's all going to blend in. And I made a little mess here, so let me just flick that in there. Okay, put the lid on. And you cook it on low for 6 hours. So let's put it on low. Boop. Make sure that you put something under your crock-pot because crock-pots get very hot on the bottom and I don't have granite countertops. So it can melt your countertop or leave a mark. Hi, I just wanted to jump on here real quick before I pull out of the driveway to show you my breakfast sandwich here. It was kind of a weird fail, but it's still good. I'm planning on doing some freezer breakfast sandwiches in an upcoming video, probably next week because that's my last week off. Sad. But some of you I know have already gone back to school, like you've been teaching like a week or 2, and I just feel for you. I'm hoping that those of you that are already back and have been back for a while, I hope you got out like the first week of May because otherwise you didn't have much of a summer, and I'm so sorry for that. I really enjoyed all of my summer, not having the responsibility of summer school and just being able to work on my house and just be a person for a while. That was nice. But now I'm kind of getting my teacher brain going, which I think is causing this lack of sleep problem that I'm having. Friends, I'm already teacher tired. I gotta be honest, I'm already teacher tired, and that's not a good way to start the year. I'm gonna be in my room today working, trying to get little things done, the stuff I didn't get done the other day, and I hope that I don't have to go back until teachers report on the 14th. So I'm hoping that next week I can just chill at home. I'll be doing stuff for school at home, like, printing things, laminating things, cutting things out, planning, stuff I can sit on the couch in my jammies and drink my tea and relax doing. But I want to get like the stuff in my room finished today, hopefully. Sorry, I felt like I have a cat hair stuck to my lip. I kind of have a list in my head what I want to do, but I think when I sit down in my classroom at my desk today, I'm going to actually physically write things down because I will forget something otherwise. I did bring some laminating film with me. I have a laminator at school in my room that I have, a second one. Sounds kind of much, but it was super cheap on sale a couple years ago, and I thought it'd be great if I had to just do a quick little thing, like something got messed up or whatever, just like an emergency lamination issue, whatever that would be. But just every once in a while, sometimes you're like, oh, and you don't want to send it up to the library and get it laminated, because honestly, they have those big long rolls. They're like poster size, and they to conserve the lamination film, they will wait until they get enough things to at least fill up the width of the laminating film, which is totally fine. That totally makes sense. It's very fiscally responsible. However, you could be waiting on little things for, over a week, because they're waiting for other things to come in. So that's really handy to have your own little laminator. If you just want to laminate a poster, if you want to laminate a little project that your kids are going to take home or be for a gift or something, it's really nice. And Amazon has laminating film not too bad for a price a lot of times of the year. Now, they don't always have it the super cheap price, but there are times where it's marked down. And so that's when I get like 4 boxes of it at a time. And then I don't get it again for a long time. And the lamination that you buy is the what kind I get is 3 mil. You can get 5 mil too. That's a lot thicker, which I would use if I was making like a cover for my planner or something, which I've done. You make your own covers. Anyway, my point is the lamination film that you get for your like little personal laminator is much better than the lamination film that my school uses. I think for a while they were getting the super cheap kind, which I mean is not super cheap really, because we're talking hundreds of feet of lamination film on these rolls, because they're, huge. But it would peel off the paper, and so I just stopped sending things upstairs to get laminated. If it was something I could deal with without lamination, I would, or I would just make it an 8.5 by 11 sheet and just do it myself. So yeah, I run my desk tags through the laminator in the library for the kiddos because they're too long for me to do, and that's for the kids to keep. But the things for my classroom, like posters and name tags and things that are going to be handled a lot, like the lunch cards that I use for attendance and things that the kids put up every day, I laminate those because then they last all year. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. I did not tell you why I was so tired today. Yesterday was my husband's and my 19th wedding anniversary. Yay! So, on a Tuesday. Wah, wah. But we decided to go out anyway, so we went out to eat and didn't get there until like 8:30, which is super late for us. Like, I'm usually like falling asleep on the couch by 8:30 during the school year. I've done a little better during the summer because I'm not having to do as much through the day, but I was worn out from the last few days of being in my classroom, and then we went out to eat kind of late, and then I drank tea, which I don't normally drink a lot of caffeine at night because that'll wire you up, and then I didn't go to sleep right away, and then it seemed like my daughter kind of wanted to chat a little bit when I got home, which if you have a teenager, you take those opportunities when they're presented because they don't happen that often. And so yeah, I was like all ears, willing to listen to her. I sat on her bed and we just chatted about random stuff, and then I went to bed. So it was probably 12:30, 1 o'clock before I actually fell asleep because I just couldn't shut my brain off. So teacher brain's already going. And then I woke up real early, and that's just the story of my life. Sleep deprivation is a way of life, unfortunately. And so I'm starting out today just really, really spacey and tired and not as motivated as I would like to be. That's why I'm going to make myself a list, and once that list is checked off, I'm out of there. And whatever I can do at home, I will do at home. So the lamination that I'm bringing with me to do at school may not happen at school. The only reason I'm bringing it with me is because there are things that I actually want to put up today, so it's just done. Like, labeling drawers and labeling student things and laminating the cards that I just talked about and stuff like that. So at least my Crock-pot wife is doing the cooking tonight, and I'll let you know how that recipe turns out. I don't see how it could be bad. It's just 3 ingredients, so we'll see what the flavor is like. And I'm going to quit babbling because I know I'm just rambling on, and I will see you in my classroom when I get there. Hey, I made it to my classroom. Yay! I just wanted to show you a few things that I'm kind of putting together for open house. One of them is these little popcorn bags, and it just says, "Thanks for popping in, Mrs. Vaughn's fantastic first grade." These labels are all over Pinterest. You can find any design you'd ever want. I already had this clip art and this movie stuff, so I just made them myself years ago, and I just print a class set every year at school, so I'm using their color ink. And I buy a package of the Pop Weaver popcorn at Walmart. It's like $5 for 24 of them. And I'll just put the labels on them with a piece of tape on each side. And then I just put them back in the box to get ready for open house. And that way I can just go down the cubbies and stick them in there. I don't have desks that I'm going to use this year because not every kid has a desk in my room since I do flexible seating now. So I'm going to put them in their cubbies. All of their paperwork, all of their little treats, everything will be in their cubbies. And I also have a scavenger hunt thing that I can show you. I don't think I have it with me right now. But it's basically just go here, then do this, then do this. And one of the things is for them to find certain things in the room. Like, can you find where the classroom library is? Can you find the classroom calendar? Can you see where you put your name up for lunch? Just to kind of acclimate them to the classroom. And it's kind of fun because they take their parents around. Obviously, the parents have to read for most of them. But it's kind of fun. Usually I have bins set out for them to put their school supplies in. But this year, I'm just going to have them set their whole bag or bags of supplies in their cubbies. The cubbies are a pretty good size. So I think they can just set them in there because I never have time to talk to anyone because I'm always going, oh, well, those go over here. Oh, those go over there. I'm directing traffic. I don't want to do that this year. We can put school supplies away the first week of school. Not a big deal. And that way the kids can actually put the things in their supply boxes that they need in their supply boxes, and then I can make sure that the other things get put where they need to go because sometimes the parents don't read the directions. Even though I have a list of these things go in the kids' stuff, these things go in the classroom stuff. Everything gets mixed up every year, and I have to redo it anyway. So I might as well just do it with the kids when they're here. And they love to help, and it would help them find the supplies later too. So it's a win-win. Those are just a few things that I do for open house. And I will share more things with you as I go through my day today. These are things that I have for parents for open house night. I have a folder. You can see it under here. I haven't labeled it yet. I'm going to. It'll say like Mrs. Bond's class information or something. And then you know all of those papers that you get from the office that you have to pass out to all the families, like student insurance and technology information and permission to photograph and put in the newspaper. And, oh my goodness, free and reduced lunch forms and all of that kind of stuff. Plus they have like a student information sheet, like an enrollment form that they have to check over and make any changes so that we make sure that they get on the right bus. Because if they've moved and they haven't told us, they would be on the wrong bus route and wouldn't go to their home. So that's the one thing that they have to do before they leave at open house. They have to check that form so that we send their kids home the right way when school starts. Otherwise, it's a little scary for a 6-year-old. They don't know what to do. So I also add some pickup notes. That way the parents can just write it out and send it with their kid in their homework folder or their take-home folder, whatever you want to call it. I send this so that the parents can fill it out if their kid is going to be picked up and by whom and when. Because sometimes I've gotten a note, scribble on the back of a receipt, and it doesn't say when they're being picked up. It doesn't say by whom they're being picked up. And some kids are not allowed to be picked up by certain people, and we kind of need to know who we're looking for. So I send those. And this pink note is an email form so that I can put them all in a group list and I can send emails to all the parents. I send the newsletter on an email. I send reminders about class parties, about field trips, about spelling tests, about anything that's going on in our classroom special, asking for volunteers. That's my main means of communication because a lot of parents don't sign up for the Remind app. That is going to be a station this year as one of their parts of the scavenger hunt that I talked about, is to go find the table with the Remind information and to just go ahead and sign up in the classroom on their phone. And it just takes like 2 minutes. So hopefully that will help. But I put this on bright pink. It kind of looks purple on the camera, but it's a bright pink. And that way I know that's for me. These other papers are for the office, but this bright one is for me. So that's helpful when they turn them back in, because I have them take them over here to the turn-in trays where their kiddos will always be putting notes and things. And I asked them to put them in here, all of them, so I can just keep them together. Now I'm going to unpackage all of these awesome new bins, and I'm going to start putting those books into them, because the lady that I bought the thing like this from, that's the 9 holes, is supposed to be bringing it sometime today. So I'll have these ready to go, and I can just stick them in the shelving when it comes. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going home to the place where I belong, where your love has always been enough for me. I'm not running from, no, I think you got me all wrong. I don't regret this life I chose for me. I'm going home. All right, I am home, and I have chopped up the chicken breast. I just used my mix and chop, and I did that, and I stirred it around, and it looks really, really good. And now I'm gonna do a little taste test. Doesn't that look yummy? It's good. It's very moist and has good flavor, but it's not overpowering. It would be really good with anything you want to put with it. Cheese, beans, tomatoes, lettuce, sour cream, whatever you would put on your burritos or tacos, this would be really good. So I recommend this recipe. Make sure you use frozen chicken breast. I forgot to say that this morning because I was a lot more spacey then than I am now. So 3 to 4 frozen chicken breasts, or 2 pounds of chicken breast, which is what I did. 1 cup of any kind of salsa, and 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning. Put the chicken in first, sprinkle the taco seasoning on top, pour the salsa on top of that, stick the lid on your crock pot, turn it on low, and let it cook for 6 hours. Now, I was gone for about 8, and it turned out fine. So don't worry about it overcooking or whatever. It was perfect. Then you can shred it up with forks, or if you have something like this, you can chop it up with this. But it's really, really tasty, and it'll make a good meal. Yum. Hi there. So I wanted to give you the verdict on the chicken taco. Good. Really good. You could spice it up a lot more. It was very, very mild, which I like. But like if you added spicy refried beans or some spicy like sauce or something, like spicy taco sauce, really good. I just put some sour cream and some cheese on mine, and it was pretty tasty on a flour tortilla. So you could put it in a taco shell. You could eat it in a nacho. You could make a taco bowl out of it and just add all kinds of yummy stuff to it. So however you like your taco stuff, you could use this chicken taco meat for all kinds of things. So I think you should try it, and it would make great leftovers, and you could have a different meal out of it every night if you wanted to. And we love that. All right, I will talk to you later. I'm gonna go head off to lamination land and start laminating and cutting. Woohoo! I'll talk to you later.